Good morning. Or afternoon, I guess I should be saying, shouldn't I? It's not morning anymore. I must be behind because it's so cloudy. Hi from Montana. Wow. Hi, Brenda. Happy Sunday. Brenda, we're heading your way, not this week, but next week. So I'll beep as we drive by. I've been pretty good, Brenda. How about you? It's been really busy here. It just seems like every time I turn around, there's something more going on. I'll show you what I've been up to. I have been so busy sewing. I've been working on Sarah's Star. I've got my very first ever, I can't believe it, Bargello quilt on the long arm. I'll show that to you. I'll post a picture of it later. And then I've been working on my Sarah's Star and just a couple other things. So it's been really busy, which has been wonderful. I've enjoyed it. And of course, training Remy. So that's take up. It has Wendy. Wendy, I thought about you the other day. Gail sent me a link to Gotham Quilts. They have a quilt-along coming up, and it is really modern. It's a row quilt, and it is so cool. So if you're interested in a row-by-row quilt, and it's an every month one, message Gail. If Gail pops on, I'll ask her to put the information up. But it's really a neat quilt, and I thought of you. Oh my God, Brenda Foley, that is fantastic. That is wonderful. I'm sewing, and I made mine with paper so I don't have to square them. Hi, Teresa. Brenda, that is fantastic. How did you do it? Hi, Kimmy from Michigan. So what I did was I'm lining up my half square triangles, and I'm just clipping the bunny ears or whatever you call them. And it's up to you what you name them. And then I have them all lined up on, see how I've got them lined up so that I can start sewing them. Yeah, you might enjoy it. I believe. Yep, Mary, it's me. Oh, there's Gail. Gail, can you post something in the group about Gotham's quilt that they've got coming up that you sent to me? I thought that might be one that Wendy would really like to do. It really is a cool quilt. They say it's not for beginners, but I thought it was really cool. Yeah. So Remy is out here with me. He's right over there, sound asleep. He's had a busy couple of days. We had training this morning, and that went really well. And Boone was here last night, and Boone wears him right out. I mean, really wears him out. They had to have the two of them run around the dining room table. It was probably 30 or 40 times, but it felt like 100. Thank you, Kay. Gotham Quilts, block them up. It is so different. To me, Gail, don't you say it reads modern? I think it's really modern. I thought it was really cool. Really a neat quilt. If I had seen that before I saw the mystery quilt for Fat Quarter Shop, I might have done it. Oh, Lee, he goes, well, first of all, he's 50 pounds. So showing him on camera is not happening because I can't lift him. He's huge. He's 50 pounds, at least 50 pounds. So I think these were meant to go here. So he's going up and down the stairs. He's sitting. We can tell him to get on his bed, and he will go to his bed. He sits there. Let's see what else. He comes most of the time. We just now are starting leash walking. So he's doing really, really good. He's definitely getting big. But it's really he's really grown. In fact, even the trainer, we skipped a week, and when the trainer came this morning, she even said, "Wow, he is really growing." So we're now thinking he may actually end up being closer to 100 pounds than 90 pounds, which is fine. I don't care how big he is. Hello, Charlotte. Gail, throw it in the Facebook group. Guys, you can all go out to the Facebook group and grab that link as long as Gail can stick it there. She should be, I think she can. At least I hope she can. Yes. Yep, here's the progress on this Sarah Star. I lined them up here. Guys, you aren't going to believe what I did with this thing. First of all, here's that little house thing that I did. I made a second one just to double check the directions. And then, let me set that over there. Here is, well, let's start with, this is the one I'm working on right now. I changed some things up. If you remember correctly, these were flipped on the other one. But I wanted to kind of have things radiating out from the star instead of squaring up the star. Thank you, Gail. So here is the Sarah star. So I did that one. Then I really wanted to do a blue and red one, but I wanted to change the pattern up substantially from the first one. So what I did was I was planning on just doing that one in this blue one. Here's the blue, the red and blue. Here's that one. The more I look at this one, the more I love it. So there's that one. Well, when I made this one first, I made my whirligigs to go around it, and I didn't like them with it. So then I had to turn around and make another one. So this is my second one, but this is the one that's gone a little bit farther. So this one's completely done, ready to move on to next month, which will be the strips, but I'm going to do those strips differently. And then this one is the whirligigs that I'm working on right now. So I have 3 of them going. Teresa, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't figured that one out yet. The only difference, and I can walk you through it, the only difference is that I didn't square this center star up so small. And then I've just started trying to fill it in from one end to the other instead of having spacers in between. So that's all I've done different. I may not. I don't know. It's so expensive to have somebody review them that I'm not sure I'm going to. But if you want to know how to do it, I will show you or tell you. Okay? But I got to go back to Brenda's. Let's see. Cut all carbs as close to 0 as possible. Bill's lost 30 pounds. Wow. No killing. And so you're just eating vegetables that don't have carbs in it, Brenda, and then meat, correct? That's really wonderful. Yeah, they really are girly. Wait till you see the one that I just made that's the Bargello quilt. I'd never done a Bargello. And I enjoy it. It's one of those quilts that you concentrate as you're going through it, because you have to do everything in precise steps. At least these directions showed me that I had to do them in really, really precise ones. Okay, very cool. I love carbs too, Wendy. Yeah, carbs are my downfall. Definitely are my downfall. Brenda, honey would be out of it, wouldn't it? Because of the sugars in it. Or can you do honey because it's a natural carb? I wonder about that. Oh, chocolate's a big one too. Bread is my downfall. I love bread. I'm a big bread person. But congratulations, I think that is fabulous. 70 pounds is a lot of weight. You can't be there. I bet you when you go to find you, you're missing because you're so skinny. Yeah, I almost agree. So we're going to take Remy on his first road trip since we've been home. Nothing sweet, not even artificial. So no honey, I take it. 2 servings of carbs each day. Donna, Remy is wonderful. He's doing really good. Believe it or not, he's out here with me now. He's sound asleep. But he's out here with me. Wendy, yeah. There's nothing like a piece of warm bread coming out of the oven, but losing 70 pounds would be pretty cool too. Now that you've lost it, Brenda, do you get to put some carbs back into your diet, or will you continue? Oh my gosh, Brenda, that's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. Marla, I've been here. We have our Remy trainings. The trainer can only fit us in on Sundays. So Remy has been coming on Sundays. We have been busy trying to get the last of Bob's father's personal things gone through and sorted through. It's been a year now, and we finally realized that we could start going through the stuff and figuring out what we were going to do, and in working on that. The weather started to break here a couple Sundays, so I've been busy, outside doing things, mostly just being with family a lot more, or at least trying to be with family. So that's really where I've been. I do pop onto Facebook. I try to get on there once or twice a day just to see how everybody's doing. But I know I've been pretty quiet lately. I've been real quiet lately, and I get that. Mom is doing really good, Marla. She's over in her assisted living. We've had a couple of scary times, but things are going much better now. And she's happy in her apartment. Sue's doing good. Sue actually is in Florida right now on a little bitty vacation, taking some time away from the up north cold, which has been fantastic for her. So, yeah, everybody's doing really good. The kids are doing good. John and Jackie and those kids are doing real good. So, things seem to be going pretty well. Quiet, but well. Oh, thank you, Marla. I appreciate that. So, yeah, things are going good. We leave Lindsay's coming to stay at the house, but I think we leave a week from tomorrow or a week from Tuesday. We're going to go down to Kentucky just for a day or two. Protein does do that. Yep, the protein will keep you very, very content. The thing is breaking that habit of those carbs. Brenda, that's fantastic. Since July. Wow, that was quick. Really? That was pretty fast. Hi, Rolene. So, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. 9 months. Wow, that was quick. That was pretty fast. So, we're going to do a quick trip down and then a quick trip back. We won't be gone very long, which I'm excited. Retta, that is amazing. My daughter keeps telling me that if I could get rid of the carbs, I would maybe be able to get rid of my medicines, which would be fantastic. I just don't know. I don't know that I can. I don't know that I'm ready to give those up. They are doing good, Teresa. In fact, John got approved for a surgery in July. They're going to take a shot at connecting some things back again. So really, really good results. Wow, Brenda, that is fantastic. It was a no to the honey, correct, Brenda? That's my big question, because the honey really helps my asthma. Teresa, thank you so much. I will make sure I tell Jackie. But yeah, that we've had some really good news lately regarding John. So that's been just spectacular. It's been so nice to have good news. It really makes my day. Other than that, we really haven't done a ton of things. We're about to have a new, well, not a new furnace, but when we originally built the studio, we built it with the intentions of the boilers. Okay, no honey. With the intentions of the boiler system that does the radiant floor heating, also heating the house. So that this week, that in central air is going into the house. Finally, we've put it off long enough, and we're finally gonna do it. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. That's really all that's been going on. We've had a really low key winter this year, and that's been wonderful. I've loved it. I've loved the quietness and just, not really worrying about doing things and not doing things. So that's been good. It's been really nice. So what has everybody else been up to? Has anybody been watching the laundry basket quilt? She's got a mystery quilt-along going right now. I've been saving the directions because I can't do it right now. So I've been out saving those. Is anybody, so if you haven't checked out laundry basket quilts lately, get out there and check out what she's doing, because the quilt looks beautiful, of course. Her stuff always is gorgeous. And then there's another one that is Moda Blackheads is starting up again here soon. Is anybody doing Moda Blackheads? Thank you, Brenda. We're really happy. Really, really happy. It's such a nice thing to have good news for a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look too hard, but what you want to watch with Editas um, is you want to watch the fact that there's a lot of bias in there. And she will give you little hints on how to press it. And if you follow her instructions, you should do good. I find most of her quilts can be a little bit challenging for a newbie. I'm ironing on my strip stick. It's I think this one's 18 or 19 inches long. Oh, good, Brenda. I'm glad you do it. You're doing that. Yeah, I was wondering if I should order the Alaska ruler or if I should order her rulers. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to order the Alaska one. So this is a strip stick. It's called the strip stick. You can buy it online or it's available in quite a few different quilt shops or on Quilt Stuffs. Yes, it is. It's using the exact same ruler as the Alaska one. Yep. Oh, I have not seen Pat Sloan's. Yeah, and you know what, Gal? I think it's back to those little triangles again. I think it's a lot of that. I know Karen Miller Kennerson on here. She was doing the Alaska quilt, or did it, you know. The Alaska quilt is gorgeous. Of course, there isn't anything of Editas that's not beautiful. So how many people are doing blockheads? It starts this week, right? I remember, Gail, when you did it. I do too, Gail. I love my strip stick. I use it all the time, especially when I'm pressing seams open. And I used it consistently when I made the Bargello quilt, and I think it made a big difference in my work. I really do. Made it so much easier to put my rows together and not have my seams bump off. Oh, I love that quilt, Wendy. It's really pretty. I wish Tula would do a quilt along. I don't ever hear that she does. Okay, the 45 is cheaper. All right, I'll check that one out. Yeah, I don't ever see Tula doing a quilt along. I'm considering blockheads. I would really like to do it. I just don't know. I mean, I know I don't have time to do it right now. So again, it's one of those ones that I've considered downloading the patterns. But I'd rather do Laundry Basket Quilts Mystery before that one. So I'm not sure yet. I have just a couple days to decide. Yeah, Wendy, I'm the same way. I press more seams open than I do closed. I just find that the quilt lays a whole lot flatter. In fact, behind you, the blue Sarah Star that I did, I quilted it. I pressed all of that open, and it just lays so much nicer because I did. And then what I'm doing is just reaching over. I got a garbage can next to me, and I'm just cutting off the little extra pieces. And then I'll start sewing. Yeah, it's really quick. there's a pattern every single day. In fact, I haven't gotten today's pattern yet. Yeah. I don't know how it's run yet, Gail, now that you say that. I just know that it's starting. Oh, okay. It is fun to work on a simple quilt every once in a while. I have one sitting right here to work on. It's for my grandson for Christmas, but it's just a nice, quick, easy, simple. I got it all cut out. I just have to, I'll sew it together a little bit at a time. Does anybody know if the new blackhead is a new pattern every single week, or how's it go? For me, the laundry basket quilt one was just too fast. I can't do those blocks every single day. And she shows you one, but you're doing like 6 or 8 every single day. It just, I don't have time for that, which is sad, but it's the truth. 36 weeks this year. Okay. And it's, Rolene, it's 1 block every week, because that will make a difference for me too. I had forgotten that it was a new block every day or every week for a whole year. That's like your temperature quilt. I loved that quilt, Gail, when you did that. That was really cool. All right, so now here are all of my blocks laid out. Can you see them? And now I can start sewing it together. Oh, Debbie, that's wonderful. I'm so glad to hear you're doing it. Yes, it's 1 a week and a bonus block every couple of weeks. Okay. And it goes for 36. Have they told you how many blocks there are in total? Yeah, we did learn with the breast cancer one. You can't do every day. You know what, Brenda? I still don't have that quilted. I got John's quilted, but I don't have mine quilted. Fleur, a lot of us are doing that. Okay, 28 blocks and 8 bonus blocks. Okay, perfect. Thank you for that. Yeah, that was a big project. I remember when you did it. It was a huge project. But it is such a neat one. That's what I loved about it. It really was a cool project. So now what I do is I'm pinning right where my seams come together. See my pin? So I won't pin the top, but I will pin that bottom because I don't want it to move. I want my seams to match nice. And I'll sew. So I'm going to do these. Well, let me get it up here. These 2 first, then these 2, then these 2. And then I'll add the other one on. But I probably will press in between, because the last time I did this, I learned that if I don't stop and press in between, it's hard to press nice on when there are both sides are sewn together. Now on this one, this is a solid block, so this one I don't have to piece. Or pin, I'm sorry, not piece. I have to pin it. And then this next one I'll pin again. Because I find that the second bump kind of tends to maybe move it a little bit. So I won't pin the first, but I will pin the last, the bottom of it. And then I use my knee lift constantly to lift up. So I put it together. Here's my 3. Yeah, so now I'll stop and press these 3. Then I'll go on and do the next ones. And it just makes it easier. And then if I have a problem, I find it sooner too. Oh my God. Hello from Holland. That's okay if you do wobbly quilting. This one goes here. See, I just lay them back in place, and then that way I make sure that I'm keeping it straight. Hello, ladies. We just had some new people pop on. So that's really what's been going on. Just a little bit of everything. And then I just lay them right back in place again. See where they are? Just put them right back in place again. And then that way, if I have to stop in between, I can. And yeah, I can get right back to where I was without getting messed up. Which helps. Sometimes I'll sew that whole pile and then come back to it. But this time I think what I'm going to do is just sew one at a time. But I do pin when I'm not comfortable with the way something's going to sit. I don't hesitate to pin. And my right leg is right up next to my knee lift on my Bernina 790 Plus. So I can just immediately stop if I need to and make any corrections or adjust it at all. I think I need to change my needle. It's sounding like it's doing a little wear thing, or it's getting a little bit not quite as sharp. I had to do a little bit of mending yesterday, so it might be from that. So we're going to change our needle after I sew this one. Yeah, I think it's time. So we'll get that changed next. So then I just take them, and I've got this little cutter. Isn't that the cutest? I love this little thing. And I just cut it. You just take it over the top of it. See if I can do it like this. And there's a used rotary blade in there. And I just take it over and it just cuts it apart. And I think it's cute. So. Hello, Teresa. Good to see you too. Yeah. So then there's one of mine. And then I do all of those. Then I'll change my needle and then we'll put it together. I'll show you how I pin it to put them together. But if you take the time to stop and pin and press in between, this goes together so easy. But I will tell you, I found the hard way that if I pressed the seams to one side, even though I was staggering them, it didn't go together very nicely. Has it changed? Yep. I guess you do really change, don't you? I never looked at it that way a lot. But yes, you do change. You learn what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And you just keep going at it. But I find that if I pin everything comes out straighter. Hi, Linda. I find that things just come out nicer and flatter, and it makes it more pleasant. I just enjoy it that much more. I gotta put a new needle in here. There we go. And cool. And I'm using a Top Stitch 8012 is what I'm using. For those that are going to ask, I'll make sure I tell you up front. I love my automatic threader. I gotta get a hold of my thread here. So now I got my 3. I'm going to take my, fold it over on top. So I got my 2 pieces. And what I do is I line my seam up. And if I wonder if I'm off at all, all I have to do is take and put a pin in between and make sure that it comes out right on the other side, right in the center there. And then I pin for certain. I'm going to sew this way. So I pin on the bottom side of that seam. Brenda, Mom Shirley's doing good. She just called me in the middle. So I'll call her back when we get done. But she's doing good. She is doing good, which makes me very happy. And then I will pin this one too. So I'll pin on both of these sides just so that it doesn't slip anyplace. I just don't want it moving around on me while I'm sewing. Line them up. And then I sew. And I stop just before I get to my pin, and I use my right leg to open up or just release some of the pressure on my foot, and then keep going. And then I'll stop and do the exact same thing again, and then keep right on going. And then I'm going to stop and press it too. So here's the start. I'm going to make my seams feel all nice and warm and fuzzy together by setting my seam. Okay. Then I'm going to put it over my strip stick. I'll move this over. And I just take my fingers and open it up. And when I press it, I don't put any pressure on it when I'm going like this, but I do when I'm over. So you may see me like move it along it, but I'm really not putting any pressure on it until I get to where I want to be, where I want to put my seam in. And then I end up with really, really nice points. Yep, I do the same thing, Teresa. Except for I don't have an auto lift when I'm... Well, no, I do have an auto lift when I'm done. What I don't have it is to auto tie off. All right, so there's the first step of the block. Then I do the same thing again. I line up my seams. Put a couple pins in just so I keep it nice and straight. Okay, line it all up. This one's moving a little bit, so at the end I'll put a pin in it. Yeah, it does sound better, Wendy. I knew the needle was getting there. Must have been it didn't like whatever, the blue jeans I was repairing yesterday. Oh yeah, listen, you can hear it. It sounds so much better. Yep. So much better. I just keep right on going. Right across. Here we go. And then there's my black. I'm going to press it, and then you'll see how pretty it really is. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to press my seams open. Okay. I'll turn it over. And I'll probably do it, yeah, I'm going to press from the front side just to get it a little bit flatter. And then here's my block. Isn't that neat? Hi, Kay. Yep, it sure does make a popping noise when you need to change the needle. And it was making that popping noise, and it needed to be changed. So there's block 1. Which makes me very, very happy. Yep. So now I'll go on to the rest of them. Keep sewing while we chit-chat. Oh, thank you, Gail, for doing that. I appreciate that. That is a really, really cool quilt. It really is neat. It's a nice modern take on the row by row, which I really like. Let me know if you end up doing it. Let me know if you guys, who ends up doing the blockheads. That interests me this year. I don't know that I'm going to be able to do it, but it does interest me. Kind of makes me think maybe about doing it. The other thing I do is I use a stiletto. This is my seam ripper, but I like the fact that this has got a stiletto at the other end. And a lot of times I use that when I'm sewing just to make sure that my seams go underneath the presser foot flat. And I like that too. Oh, I'm sorry, Kay. I am so sorry. It's always so sad. It's hard to lose our parents. So then I just keep right on going. And I have all 12 of my blocks here all set up. And as long as I stay on the same path that I'm on right now, where I put it right back where it comes from, then I am able to walk away from my sewing for a few minutes and come back and be able to pick it right back up again. So it'll live on this tray until I finish it. But I do need to get it finished because I need to start the next block for next month, which is in, I think my first class is, it's the first week in, or the second week in April, I think it is. So yeah, I'll get that started. But geez, guys, look at everything I got done today. I did so good. And there's another one. See? And then I just put it right back. And as long as I put it right back on my pile, I'll show you again. See, they go right back on my pile. Then I can keep right on going. And then I just pick up the next one. And you know, you'll be amazed at how fast you can make 12 blocks. It doesn't really take that long at all. You just keep going, one right after the other. I'll get them all done. Oh, that one had to come from there. And then I'll put them into the quilt, which won't take long to do at all. And then I think the next rows for Sarah Star is the rail fence. And I think what I'm going to do is see if I can do the rail fence all the way across instead of only having it partially, which I think will be neat. Like I said, I wanted to change it up a little bit, just do a few different things. Which I think is always fun. So, there. There. So now I'm ready to do the next part. Get them all put together, and then I'm good, and I'm ready to go. Hi, Alicia. How are you? So what's everybody else working on? This one goes here. Has anybody else got big projects going on? Gail sent me the picture of Gotham Quilts block of the month that's coming up. Gail, what else are you working on? I haven't seen anything lately. Of course, you made those beautiful house quilts for wedding presents. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Hi, Janice. We're doing good here. Busy working on another quilt, getting ready for an upcoming class. So that's what I'm doing. I ended up making this quilt with the students at the same time because I felt like it. And so I'm getting ready for the class so that I can teach it and show them the blocks. So that's what I'm doing today. Just getting not up to fighting with the cat yet. I can understand that. But it's too much fun for a cat to ignore it. That I have a quilt to work on, but I haven't pulled it out because I know that having Remy, it wouldn't be easy. So I have not pulled mine out to work on, which I probably should, but I haven't. Oh, Donna, that's wonderful. A fire truck quilt and a Spider-Man. Oh, those are so cool. Decided to do the shooting star quilt. Ooh. Very fun. Oh, I'm sorry she's not doing well, but I'm really glad you're quilting it for her. That's wonderful, Brenda. So I'm halfway done. Set my seams first. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I know the camera's on the wrong side, but. And then I lay it over this strip stick and press it open. I find with this block it does so much better pressed open than it does to one side. Yeah. I bet she does think it's a big kitty hammock. Ooh, Teresa, that would be fun to do. I have that pattern, and I haven't done it yet. Moda put out a Be My Neighbor quilt pattern quite a few years ago, and it's really a neat quilt. I hope you do make it. That would be fun. Make sure you post pictures of it in the group, okay? So we can all see it. Almost done. This way. Almost done. Oh, Alicia, Rolene asked if that's an old sew sampler box or a recent one. I'm not sure which one it came from, so hopefully she'll answer. Oh, really? She's doing a sew along with a motor pattern? That's cool. Yeah, Rolene, that is nice. But they don't archive all of them, which is different. I have done paper piecing, but on extremely small projects. I have not done it on big projects. My sister Sue loves paper piecing. That's just not something that I've liked a lot. Yeah, it would be a good scrap buster project. Yeah. That would be perfect. Get through a bunch of your scraps and get those out the door. Huh. Make something out of them. I've got scraps from my springtime sampler that I got to do something with. I didn't know Pat always... Does Pat always do a polka dot? I'm off a little bit here, so I'm going to take this out and redo it. See if I can straighten it out a little bit. So I'll only take part of my seam out, so I'll probably go back to about here. Take it out, and then what I'll do is pin it. And then line it up again. I got a clip here. And I'll put it back through again. So I only clipped a small spot. I didn't clip back to the seam. And I'm going to back stitch it that time, just so that I can make sure that it stays more stable. How did I do? Oh, I did good. Much better. See? Oh! Gail's working on the sparrow quilt. Have you put any pictures up of it? Use till row. I don't know what that is, Christine. A pumpkin peel quilt. Not a fan. Okay. I'll have to look at Pat's polka dots. I haven't paid any attention to them, which probably isn't good of me, but I haven't. Are her dots different than other ones? Ooh, Alicia, that's a good idea. That's kind of what I'm doing with this quilt that's next to me for my grandson for Christmas. It's all ready to go, but it's just there, so when I've got a break and I can press it or sew on it, I will. So here's another block. So I got 2 blocks done today, but a lot of blocks pressed. So that was good. I got all 96 pressed, and then 2 of them put together, which makes me very happy. I'm going to have to put the wood on this one so that it sits a little bit better. I know Wendy uses these nice big wood blocks. Set it on your block and it will just nice and flat and cools it off, which is what I want to have happen. Oh, cool. So all of the houses have the black and white polka dot? I'll have to look at it. Ooh, Karina, that'll be fun. I know that feeling. I bit off more than I could chew when I decided to make the quilt along with Sarah Star, but I'm so far doing pretty good. All right, guys, I am going to pop off, and I know for certain that I won't be around next Sunday. Oh, did he? Oh, that was so nice of him. The big square clapper came from Quilty Products. It's a Jackson Woodwork LLC, family-owned business. I will put a link in the Facebook group to it, okay? This is really heavy, and it's a big one. So I will put a link in the Facebook group for it. Okay? So go out to the Facebook group and take a look. I'll put the link right there for you. And see, it really does help. Makes a big difference. Gets them all nice and flat. So I've got 2 of them now. So everybody have a fantastic week. I know I won't be live next Sunday for the next 2, but possibly the next one I will be around again, okay? Thank you, Mary. It was really great to be here, guys. Thank you so much. I will see all of you probably in a few weeks, okay? Thanks for coming by. Bye.